Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How's everyone doing?
Hi.
Camera
Wait,
face.
Why are you? Am I streaming to my YouTube too? Did you click my YouTube? What?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
you did?
wait. No, you didn't.
Okay.
You
No,
put it on
because
content.
no, because I want to focus on this channel, so I wasn't going to stream from my
Oh,
channel.
gotcha. All right.
Okay. So anyway, how was everybody? How are you guys?
Good. Getting ready for our trip to Kentucky for the Bigfoot Festival.
Awesome. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yes. We're ready. Yeah.
You're excited? Nice. I'm jealous. I wish I was going with you guys.
I know. I wish you guys could go. That would be fun.
Yeah. So anyway, Cindy, do we have an intro we want to?
Yes, we sure do.
Yay.
Well, welcome everyone to Haunted and Hunted Case Files, the place where true crime meets the paranormal. I am your host, Cindy.
And I am your host, Joy. Sorry.
And with us, we have our co-host,
Marcus.
Hi,
from
Kitty.
chilling true crime to cryptids said to roam the forest and mysteries UFO sightings in the skies above. We open the files that many would rather keep closed. So dim those lights, grab a snack, and maybe keep one eye over your shoulder, because tonight we're opening another case file.
Yay. All righty, tidy. So with that being said, I hope everyone had a great weekend this week. Hold on. You added the intro to the notes. Okay. I was like, why? I was like, why did it move? It's so weird, this Google Doc, how it's live. Hi,
Hello,
Cheaty.
Cheaty. Hello.
Okay, so we're all ready to get into it. Tonight we are talking about a case that completely shattered the community's sense of safety. Because this wasn't a disappearance that happened late at night or is in some isolated area. This happened in broad daylight, you guys.
What?
Inside a suburban home.
Yeah.
Mother vanished while her baby was left crying alone in a high chair. And for the more than 3 decades, the case of Cindy Wanner haunted the Northern California. So this is close to home. This is in California.
But you had to choose a true crime with a Cindy in it.
I know. I thought about that.
What the heck?
But she spells it different.
That's how it's supposed to be spelled, too. Per my mother, it's C-I-N-D-Y. Per my mom, I change it because my real name's Cynthia. So it only makes sense that it's C-Y-N.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. I see. All right. So this is the kind of case that sticks with people, not just because of how horrifying it is, but because how normal everything seemed before it happens. Before we jump in, let me know in the chat. Do you think crimes like this usually committed by someone the victim knows or by a stranger predator watching from a distance? Because honestly, this case feels like there was almost no warning signs. It's crazy. As we get deeper into this case, you're going to see why people in Northern California were absolutely terrified, because for years, this case felt random, evil almost. And those are the cases that scare people the most. So you guys, you didn't read any of this, right? So you have no idea.
No, I have not had any
crazy.
chance.
This is a crazy one. So to really understand this case, you understand what Granite Bay was like in 1991. Granite Bay sits northeast of Sacramento. Today it's known as a wealthy suburban community, big homes, quiet neighborhoods, good schools, safe streets. But back in the early 90s, the area was rapidly growing. Families were moving there specifically to escape the crime. People wanted peace. They wanted safety. They wanted a better life. And by all accounts, Cindy Wanner was building exactly that kind of life. She was 35 years old, wife and mother, someone who was described as caring, dependable, and deeply devoted to her children. Nothing publicly suggested chaos. Nothing suggested danger, which is why this case became so shocking. Because when terrible crimes happens in places people already see as dangerous, people process it different. But when it happens somewhere considered safe, it changes people's way of thinking.
Right.
Suddenly, everything starts questioning their own routines, their security, their neighborhoods. And in this case, investigators would later begin wondering whether someone had been watching Cindy for a long time.
That's creepy.
That is
Okay,
creepy.
I really am not liking this story already. Who's watching me? No,
Right?
go ahead,
Studying
sir.
her routine, watching the house, learning when she would be vulnerable. Do you guys think predators like this usually stalk victims beforehand? Or do you think some offenders act impulsively when the opportunity appears? Because this crime doesn't feel impulsive to me. It feels planned. Yeah.
Okay.
So just before Thanksgiving, the weather in Placer County was reportedly cool and gray. It was the kind of day where people rushed from cars into stores. The quiet weekday morning nobody remembers twice. Inside the home, Cindy was caring for her 11-month-old daughter. Investigators believe the morning began normally, and honestly, this is the creepiest thing about true crime. Victims almost never know they're living in their final normal moments of their lives, which makes it even more spooky because that is very true. Very true, very true. At some point in the day, something interrupted the rhythm of Cindy's life forever. Not our Cindy, not on the show. And investigators still can't fully explain exactly what happened inside that house. There were no screams reported, no neighbors reporting hearing violence, no emergency calls coming from the home, which means two things likely happened. Either Cindy knew who approached her, or the suspect was able to overpower her extremely quickly. And when investigators looked at what remained inside the house, the situation became even more disturbing. You know why? Because her shoes were still there, her coat was still there, her vehicle was still there. Everything she would need to leave the house was still there.
Wow.
That immediately raised alarm bells because mothers do not usually disappear in the middle of the day without taking anything. No purse, no keys, no diaper bag, nothing, not even her baby.
Wow.
What's the biggest red flag to you guys so far? Was it the lack of forced entry, the fact she left everything behind, or the silence from the neighbors? Because honestly, all three are terrifying. It's crazy. Later that day, Cindy's husband returned home with their older child, and then immediately something felt off to him. The house was just too quiet. Then came the sound, a crying baby. He entered the kitchen and found their infant daughter strapped to the high chair, still crying, still alone. But Cindy was nowhere to be found. What the fuck happened to Cindy? That image would become one of the most haunting details in the entire case. A crying infant, a silent mother. And from the beginning, investigators believed something terrible happened because mothers simply don't abandon babies in high chairs and vanish without explanation. Especially not loving mothers, especially not without shoes, especially not without transportation. Imagine walking into that scene. Imagine the confusion, the panic, the realization that something was very, very wrong. To find your baby sitting in the kitchen crying, house is quiet. Where did mom go? There were no answers, no note, no sign of struggle, no explanation. There was nothing. 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 She just vanished. If you walked in the house, what would your first thought be? Kidnapping, medical emergency, she knew someone? Because I think investigators immediately feared abduction, which, hello. What do you think, Marcus? What are you thinking?
Abduction.
What if, God forbid, you're put in this situation? What the fuck? What the hell are you gonna think?
Yeah, I don't know. Something's crazy though. You know?
Something. I don't know.
Something weird here. You know, something wrong here.
All right, you guys tell me. Do you think the suspect? Let's jump ahead before I finish the story. Do you guys think he was caught?
I hope so.
Do I think that the person that took her was caught?
Oh, was she? Well, no. Let me rephrase that. Do you think she was abducted, or did she? Do you think? Let me rephrase this. Do you think she went willingly, or do you think she was taken?
I think she was taken. There's no way that a mother, I mean, unless she's a sick mother, would leave their child in a freaking high chair strapped in, knowing how dangerous that could be if the child's trying to get out. I think she was totally taken unwillingly.
Do you think she knew the perpetrator?
I think so by the sounds of things.
Yeah. What do you think, Marcus? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there might be some willingness up in this bitch. You know, maybe a little affair going on here. You know?
Why would a mother leave her child?
Hey,
though?
maybe
Come
she
on.
said, you know what? I want to go with this guy. F the kids.
Oh my God, Marcus.
I don't know. There's people out there.
Oh my
There's
God.
people out there that crazy like that.
Okay.
All right, maybe I should have asked.
There's people out there that are, look at, there's like, you know, the baby daddy issue, but there's baby mama issue too.
No, you know what? He does have a point, because look at the moms who've actually gone out of their way to perish their children.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because they wanted to leave to go with another man. That's
true. But according to the article, she was a loving mom, devoted wife.
Okay. I think she was taken.
Yeah.
Unwillingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's continue.
Tracy says, "Sir, you need a timeout."
What did I do?
You're the way he's talking, babe.
She said, "Peace, baby, I'm out." I'm gonna find me a new daddy.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So once the news spread, fear exploded across Sacramento area. A mother had vanished from her own home in broad daylight. Oh, this is daylight, by the way. And suddenly people began seeing danger everywhere. Women stopped jogging alone. Neighbors watched unfamiliar vehicles. Parents locked their door during daylight hours. Because if someone could abduct this woman from inside her home in Granite Bay, then no one felt safe anywhere. That's the thing about crimes like this. They don't just traumatize a family, they traumatize the communities. People start replaying their routines. Did I leave the garage open? Did I answer the door for a stranger? Did I notice a suspicious car? And investigators were beginning to ask themselves another terrifying question. Was this random?
Sorry.
Or had Cindy specifically been targeted?
Oh, I was targeted for sure. It's hard to say, because there's, there are people out there that do plan and monitor a house and watch everybody's move.
Yeah.
And find out when's a good time to go in and do whatever.
This is Cindy, by the way.
And then there's some, look at that baby.
Yeah.
But there are times where there are people who just go and do it right away. Like they don't plan things out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you said that what year was this? In the 80s, 90s?
90s, early 90s.
Yeah, I don't think people were really still locking their doors much.
No. Well, because, I don't know. I feel like that.
In California, people were locking doors in the 80s and 90s.
I think so too, but I think they were more relaxed.
Not in the 80s. I was a kid then, and our doors were never locked. We always left them open.
In Compton, though, or like some place like that.
I lived in Poway, California.
Yeah, that's a nice area.
No, Poway is kind
Poway's
of
nice.
No, Poway's nice. They
It's
cleaned
getting-
they
it's
cleaned
getting
it
a little-
up.
It's getting a little
Oh, they
junky
did?
now, but
No, what? It's
yeah.
cleaned
No,
up.
my buddy Michael just found a tweaker at his
but
house.
Poway is close to Escondido and San Marcos and all them.
This goes bad,
nasty.
dude. This goes.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're neighboring. It doesn't. You can just hop skip on a bus and you'll be in Poway. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. So if this is something that happened in your guys' neighborhood, how would you feel? How would you feel if there's an abduction in your neighborhood? I don't know. I'd start locking my door.
I
What?
would lock my door.
Mark. Okay.
I got thrown out and added again.
What? What?
I got thrown out and added again.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
I think it was Cindy.
Did Cindy kick your house off? She didn't want to hear what you had to say.
It was me.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
I was
not
playing
even
around. All right.
Marcus is cool with her. Look at him. He's like, I got thrown out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are silly.
Actually, outside of the balcony right now.
Oh god.
Okay. Anyway.
So one of the strangest aspects of the case was what investigators didn't find. There were no major signs of violence, no shattered doors, no obvious blood, which suggests either the suspect either used deception, caught Cindy completely off guard, or was someone. Is it weird hearing your name as I'm reading this article?
It's really making me creep out. Seriously.
It's making me like, damn.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Joy.
It's
Appreciate it. Cheers.
It's a good thing I'm going.
Cheers, Joy. Cheers.
Sorry. Oh shit. Was Cindy caught off guard, completely off guard, or was it someone she trusted enough to approach? That's the major question. And this is where investigators begin to theorize possible scenarios. Did someone knock on the door pretending to need help? Pretending to be a worker? Pretending there was an emergency? Because abducting an adult from home during daylight hours is incredibly risky.
Hey, Smokey, if you got it. Represent, dude.
Gray has root.
Hey, greetings all.
all smoking if you got it. Oh,
I got
trust
a
me, someone
cigarette.
already has.
Oh, dude, check out
I got a cigarette.
Got my little Darth Vader bong, dude.
It said Dark Vader bong.
Hell yeah. 30.
Oh shit, my daughter would like that shit. That's so funny. Am I frozen? Are you guys frozen? Oh,
No.
okay.
We're not frozen.
We're frozen.
Okay, you look frozen.
That
So
you only
you go.
spoke on May the 4th, though.
I know. Speaking of that, I need to smoke a cigarette.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't smoke a long enough one. Anyway. I just lost my place. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Investigators believe whoever committed this crime appeared frighteningly comfortable taking those risks. This is not a normal criminal behavior. It's a predatory behavior, which is scary to fucking think about because you never know who the fuck is watching you right this moment. Watching your routine. Thankfully, I don't have a fucking routine. I just, I come and go different hours or different times. So that's what makes it scary. Can you imagine? Could you sit and watch somebody all day?
No.
If I was getting paid for it, I could. Hell
If
yeah,
I
could.
was a detective.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah. If I was getting paid for it, I would.
ADHD. Can't do it.
No, he wouldn't be able to handle.
Nope.
No. I'll probably,
No.
you know what I'll probably do? I'll probably be on my phone and I'll probably miss something. So maybe I'd be a bad detective. I'd probably be like scrolling on social media and be like, oh shit, I missed him. So as the hours turned into days, the search intensified. Volunteers handed out flyers, search teams combed through wooded areas, law enforcement coordinated massive search efforts, obviously, but day after day, there was nothing. No ransom calls, no confirmed sightings, no explanation. And eventually, the investigators had to confront the possibility they feared the most. Was Cindy still alive? The question haunted everyone connected to the case. And I don't know, did it say how long she was missing before this? No, right? No.
No.
That's crazy. I wish they would be more detailed. So every hour without answers obviously feels endless. So what do you think is harder?
Hold on. My question is this. What did the husband do for work? So I'm just asking, there's like making me have more questions in my head. Who were they involved with? Were they doing, fun stuff? And, or were they like partiers? Who were they involved with? Who were their friends? Who did they work with? Did her husband have another life, or did she have another life? Like, there's too many questions. You can't just pinpoint it unless you've got something that we don't know yet.
And that's hard because they don't really give you too much information when you try to deep dive. Where would you even get that information from if you wanted to deep dive in that?
You would ask their family. You would ask questions.
You have to like reach out.
You have to do like a PI,
Yeah. So what do you think is harder emotionally, knowing a loved one is gone or not knowing what happened at all?
Not knowing what happened at all. Because you want closure.
Yeah.
I mean, we just did a case over the weekend, and it's hard because there's no closure right at this moment I mean, I picked up what I picked up, but I think there's more to her story.
Yeah.
The investigation we did.
Yeah. I got to still go through that footage and see if she came through it all. I think it would really help with her mom. I told her mom that. So hopefully if we do go back out, she'll be able to come because I really think her presence drives her energy, gravitates,
Right.
But I think we'll go to the different spot that you were drawn to. We'll try to figure out.
Yeah, I'm going to go down there.
We'll try to figure it out. So 3 weeks so 3 weeks later, I just answered my own fucking question. Duh. So 3 weeks later, the case took a horrifying turn. A quail hunter entered a remote wooded area near Forest Hill, California. It was about 40 miles away from Granite Bay. The area was isolated, dense, the kind of terrain where some people could disappear unnoticed. Then came the discovery, the human remains. The body was later identified as Cindy Wanner. Authorities determined she had been strangled. Reports indicated she was partially closed, so I'm sure she was SA'd. And investigators believed she had been alive for some period of time after the abduction. And that possibly changed everything because now investigators were potentially looking at a kidnapping, captivity, predatory violence. And honestly, these unknown days become one of the most haunting parts of this entire case. Where was she held? Did anyone unknowingly see her? Did anyone pass her captor at the gas station or motel without realizing it? Where the fuck did he take her? These are the questions that keep investigators awake for years. So what do you think is the scariest, not knowing who committed the crime or not knowing what happened during the missing time? Because those answers, unanswered hours are terrifying.
That's like all of it.
Yeah, all of the above.
That's pretty bad,
Mm-hmm. So one of the hardest things for investigators in cases like this is reconstructing the timeline, like what we're trying to do. They're trying to put pieces together to make it make sense,
right?
Especially where there are gaps. And in Cindy's case, there were major gaps. Investigators spent years trying to determine where was she taken, how long was she alive, did the suspect act alone, was she moved multiple times? But despite countless leads, there were never enough evidence to fully reconstruct those missing days. And this is something people don't always realize about true crime. Even when arrest happens later, sometimes the full story is never recovered. And that might be in this case. Sometimes the victims take those answers with them, and families are left forever wondering. So do you guys think some cases are impossible to even fully solve emotionally? Even if investigators identify the suspect, what do you guys think?
So this is a thing, yes, because there's been many detectives out there or police officers out there, and some, even though they can't find the victim, and even though they might be able to find who did it, it's still, it depends on how invested they are in the investigation. There are some that have suffered and they can't let it go. They just got to keep digging and looking into it. They'll even do it when they're not at work. They'll do it when they're at home, and they'll look into things more at home, just like you see on the movies. There's been documentaries that I've watched where true crime documentaries, and the investigators or detectives are still so invested in it because they get kind of like an emotional attachment.
Emotional attachment, yes,
they want to help the person that had perished.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how do you? I think I would be attached if I was a detective. I would be attached to every single one.
I would.
I don't
too.
think
it would be hard.
Yeah. What about you, Marcus? What do you think you'd be attached to every single one?
No.
Well, at least you're honest. Hawk. At least you're honest. Oh my God. So over the years, witnesses came forward with countless possibility sightings and suspicious encounters. Some people reported strange vehicles, others described suspicious men lingering near neighborhoods. But separating real leads from coincidence became nearly impossible, as I guess that's true. The other major challenge in high-profile cases, one fear spreads people beginning... Oh, sorry. I'm getting fucking sidetracked. One fear spreads people begin connecting unrelated events, which people do. They'll start connecting the other case with this case, and this case, and this case, and it throws sometimes throw your investigation off.
Well, and also too, sometimes if you're looking into different, these multiple cases, if there's similarities, that could be a potential serial kidnapper, serial killer. So
so every suspicious person suddenly feels important. Every strange vehicle feels connected, which is true. And investigators have to sort through mountains of information, hoping that one detail matters. But as the months became years, this took a long time to solve. The case slowly grew old, and that's heartbreaking because families continue suffering long after the public attention fades, which is true, which is sad. Unfortunately, that's what happens. So what do you guys think? Do you think media attention helps solve cases? Or do you think
it depends?
Or sometimes
it depends on the case.
Or do you think it causes confusion with too many false leads?
It can.
It can be both. It just depends on the case.
Yeah.
It depends on the person who's reporting, the journalist.
Yeah.
It depends if they're really good and they're good at what they do. Yeah, there's been journalists who solved things. There's been random people on social media who have actually get together and help solve crimes. And even when what was his name, the serial killer that did the cipher, it was a couple. It was a man and a woman, a husband and wife, that solved the cipher, and they were able to help find the killer.
Oh wow.
I have no clue.
I don't think I've ever heard that case.
It's well known. I'm trying to think of the name.
It's not well known enough that I know it.
Zodiac. Yes, that's
Zodiac?
it. Thank you, Gray Hazard.
I don't even know what Zodiac is.
It's gnarly. It's gnarly. You guys got to watch the documentary Zodiac, and you'll learn.
That's me right there. That's my Zodiac.
Okay, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
You look like you have a woman's reproductive. Is that a ram?
It's a vagina.
Yeah, that's a woman's. I'm a ram. I'm an Aries.
Yeah, me too.
Are you?
Yes,
Yeah.
you guys have
We already
known
know
this
that.
for years.
We already know this.
Come
yeah.
on.
I forgot.
Come on. You both have known this.
Sorry, Marcus.
That's why you guys, look at you guys. You're just alike. You got ADHD together. You both
That's right,
smoke.
Marcus.
She gave you a high five, babe. And
high five, knuckles.
Boom,
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 boom. 666
Oh
true.
my God. It's our ADHD off track now.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh
And
my
here
God.
I am, just like, come on, let's go. Get through this.
Oh, shit. So, what made Cindy Wanner's case especially terrifying was the apparent randomness. By every public account, Cindy was simply living her life, being a mother, being at home, doing ordinary things. Yet investigators believe she encountered someone capable of extreme violence. And cases like this force communities to confront uncomfortable truths. Some predators don't look unusual, some, which is true. Some danger passes unnoticed, and sometimes the worst crimes happen in places people believe are the safest, which is also true. The reality is deeply unsettling because it destroys the illusion that safety is guaranteed, which is true.
Especially now.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Even more so now.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, so here's a question. Do you guys think social media influences people and the way they commit crimes?
Oh, yeah.
It's not just social media.
Like news,
It's movies. It's shows.
movies, games.
It's books.
But,
Video games. It's all of it.
yeah, but again, it also depends on how the person interprets it. And if they're already like
Mentally
the
disconnected.
wiring or whatever the case,
Mhm.
maybe from traumatic experiences, so forth, how they interpret what they're reading, seeing, watching, doing, you
Yeah.
know, that translates into how they become that type of person, you know?
So, for example, like school shootings. Do you think what was it? No, it wasn't the Sandy Hook. Which was one that was like a really big? All of them are pretty big, but do you think once like the school shootings, do you think it kind of gave people an idea, like these kids that are normal, but then something snaps in their head and they get this idea, oh, I'm gonna go shoot up a school? Do you think that has an influence?
Yeah, like because there'll be like cyberbullying or just bullying.
Yeah.
School.
Like they already thought it, but they see it happening, so they want to make it better. They want to make it.
Yeah.
They want to do that.
And I mean that obviously that kid feels alone. You know,
Yeah.
doesn't have their parents there. Like if he's tried to talk to them or this or that, or you know, in that case, like when you're young, you can't comprehend certain things. You know, and
Yeah.
way, you know, so,
You're
I
on.
don't know, it's the overreaction.
I wonder if it's similar to this case. Like,
Oh yeah, I was itchy. My bad, dude. My armpit was itchy. Sorry.
at least you can smell your fingers. I mean, good
No,
God.
I mean it smells like PG from Old Spice.
Oh my God. Well, the lack of evidence of random crime seems unlikely. There had to be somewhere. I agree. I think he was watching her.
Yeah.
But where? Where did it start? That's the question. You know, where the
Probably a grocery store.
store? Yeah.
Mall.
Yeah.
Dude, I think
Was he just walking down the neighborhood and seeing a pretty lady with a baby and was like easy target? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
something?
Yeah. So investigators focused on convicting. Okay. So eventually, investigators focused on convicting a sex offender named James Lawhead Jr. Lawhead.
Lawhead.
Lawhead. This is him. Here.
Ew.
I know.
Can you make it bigger?
Yes.
Oh, good gracious.
You want to see him? There he is.
Oh, God.
So this is what he looked like in
Very-
2005. Hold on. How can I?
Okay, hold on. Let me get this on my big screen.
Oh.
Oh, my.
What the hell?
So that's when he was younger and then getting older and older.
Yeah. Let's see. So this is when he was younger. This is about 10 years after what happened. So he looked.
Yeah.
Most luckily, this is what he looked like when he committed the crime. And then, wow, what a difference, huh?
Yeah.
That's a different arrest, though, huh? 2 different arrests.
Yeah.
Gun charge,
Yeah.
registry violation.
And then
kidnapping and murder.
This is what he looked like when he was finally arrested.
Oh damn!
Ew.
Yep.
Looks a
So
little
here's
dropped in the sauce, in the
this
salad.
kind of reminds me of the freaking dude at the Back Bay.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Isn't that crazy? Ugh. Yeah.
Gross.
Ugh. So, years before Cindy's murder, authorities said that Law had committed an extremely violent crime involving home invasions and sexual violence. So, psychiatrists reportedly classified him as a dangerous offender, not amenable to treatment. He was released from, which fucking sucks when they do that. He was released from prison in 1991, the same year Cindy disappeared.
Oh,
Makes sense.
makes sense.
And when investigators looked at the timeline, people were horrified. Could a violent predator have re-entered society and allegedly committed another brutal crime within months?
Yep.
At the time, yep, I believe it too.
Yeah.
At the time, investigators did not have enough evidence to prove it. And so for years, years kept passing, which fucking sucks. So 1990s became 2000s. Detectives retired, evidence sat in storage, the investigation slowed, but Cindy's family never stopped wanting answers. Cold cases create very different type of grief, not just loss, not just suspended loss. A family trapped between mourning and mystery. Every advancement in forensic science becomes hope. Every phone call becomes a possibility. And investigators revisited the case repeatedly over the years, searching for one thing, one overlooked clue, one mistake, one tiny piece of evidence that survived time. Which I'm glad they would tap into there. Every once in a while they would reopen to see.
Right. So we have a question here. Was Gray has root says, was he released to the same area as Cindy?
That's the hard part. I don't know. Does it say? No, it
And
doesn't tell me.
TD says, I wonder how many crimes he has committed and hasn't been caught for them.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It says, wait, get out of here. It says register violation in Placer County Sheriff's Office. When did I say he got arrested? When did he get arrested? She lived in, was it Placer County? I don't want to lose my spot. Let me see. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back to my notes because I can't remember. Hold on.
Marcus made a good point. Say it again.
I said that was a 2002 arrest. We need to look back in 1991 when he was released originally.
Right.
If he was released in the same county during that time.
So she was in, Placer County. Yeah.
Okay.
So he was arrested for another time in the same area then in 2002. So he's obviously been there and knows the area, lived there for some time, obviously. Or not necessarily lived there, but knows the area really well.
Yeah.
Maybe he could live on the outskirts of whatever area, but just he knows the area very well.
Yeah. So this is, let's go back to her. Good job. Good. This is why he won the murder mystery. He pays attention, Marcus. Fucking awesome.
That I do.
Right, man. You should be a detective.
You did so good that night too.
I could honestly
sure did. I was lost.
I could honestly be a detective. I just I'm on the other side.
Be a PI.
Okay.
You'd be a fucking PI.
I could. A PI would be a good job. That would be good.
All right. So Gray Has Root says, I'm not familiar with Cindy's story or the perp, but it sounds like his previous home invasions were loud, quotation marks, and not planned as Cindy's. Did he switch MOs or were they grasping for someone? That's true. The police do grasp for people, especially if they're having a hard time finding someone.
Yeah.
They'll grasp at anybody that is close enough to say, oh, yep, this is the perp.
Try to pin, yeah.
That is true.
To make that
right.
So
do you think that's what happened? What do you guys think?
Who knows? I don't know what. I mean, the theories are many.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you right now.
That's why we do these, though.
Right? Let me tell you right now what happened.
We're trying to get the story out there and make people
Right.
think, and then collaborate together to knock these stories down.
Well, I'll tell you what happened right now. So, as a forensic science evolved, cold cases across America started reopening. DNA changed investigations forever. Tiny traces of evidence once considered useless suddenly identified suspects decades later. And even Cindy Wanner's case returned to the spotlight. Investigators reportedly connected DNA evidence to James Lawhead Jr.
Oh, dang.
So, yeah, there's DNA evidence. So there's no way he could be like, oh, well, no.
Yeah.
Hi, Art of Victim Medina. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But there was another problem. Authorities said he had vanished. Fucking dude disappeared. He committed the crime and he was smart enough to leave. At some point, investigators believed that he may have assumed a new identity. Imagine that for a second. A suspect potentially living under another name for years while a family continues searching for justice. So do you guys think DNA technology will eventually solve most cold cases?
It can. I mean, again, that all depends on the case, because some of these cases have nothing to none.
I know.
What do they ever do? They don't even have DNA sample testing. So
yeah.
Those ones, unfortunately, are never going to get solved.
It's sad. It's sad. Yeah.
But I mean, there are some that I think now that they can use the
genealogy or whatever that is. Yeah, genealogy.
Technologies and the new innovative ways that they can, figure this stuff out. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Says then came another breakthrough, a facial recognition. Am I saying that right? Recognition technology. Investigators reportedly connected an older image of Lawhead to a new identity in Arizona. So he was just next door. He didn't even go that far.
Yeah.
After decades of hidden in plain sight, authorities finally knew where he was at. That's one of the most craziest parts of modern investigations. Don't commit a crime because you most likely will get caught. Unless you watch a lot of true crime. No, just kidding.
Even then, I mean, it's like they're on that, so like they're gonna find you. So
yep. So if you're in
the bumfuck of nowhere,
yeah,
and nobody knows who that person is, or they don't have anybody, like it'd have to be someone who has no connection with anyone, like
there's a kicker to this story though. There's a kicker, which is crazy. Says people who thought they escaped justice years ago are now being identified through technology. And honestly, I think we're going to see more and more cold cases get solved this way. So in April 2026, just recently, you guys, just last fucking month, okay? Last month, authorities arrested James Lawhead Jr. outside his home in Arizona, just last month.
Damn.
This is super recent.
Yeah.
Investigators reportedly found loaded firearms staged throughout the residence, along with cash and a burner phone. After 34 years, a suspect was finally in custody. And imagine that moment, what it must have felt for Cindy's family. Obviously, there was a relief, shock, anger, and disbelief. But because the world continued moving for decades, their questions remain frozen in time. That's something people forget about cold cases. Families don't experience time the same way as everyone else. That's true. The trauma stays alive.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Yeah. Says, and the story became even stranger. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Authorities arrested Lawhead's sister as an accessory. Was she involved in her disappearance? What do you guys think?
I guess so.
You think so? Do you think she was involved? Oh no, let's find out. Let's see.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, dude. This is
weird. Detective Marcus.
Story, dude. But I'm just gonna say, yeah. I mean, my gut's been right normally, so
or she knew, like he told her, right? We'll see.
Yeah. Still, that's an accomplice. Once you know
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
and if you don't say anything,
So, investigators allegedly said she helped conceal his identity over the years.
boom.
So maybe, yep. According to officials, she reportedly claimed that she had not seen him in decades, so she lied. But investigators later discovered he had allegedly been living on the property connected to her. And honestly, that opens an entirely new layer of disturbing questions. How many people knew? How long had he been hiding? How close did investigators come to finding him earlier? Because if it's true, this wasn't just a suspect disappearing successfully. Someone may have helped him stay hidden. Yep. So
crazy.
one thing I always think is important in true crime is remembering the victims were real people. Not headlines, not documentaries, not just case files. Cindy Wanner was a mother, a daughter, a wife, and a sister, a woman whose children grew up without her. And for decades, her family lived with uncertainty. Birthdays passed, holidays passed, entire chapters of unfolded while the mystery remained unsolved. And honestly, maybe this is the most heartbreaking image from the entire case. Still remains that a crying little infant was left behind in a high chair. A moment frozen in time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. So, what was the most disturbing part for all of you guys?
All of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the child being left alone.
It's all disturbing.
Yeah, especially the baby being alone. How long was she alone for?
Yeah,
crying.
This obviously happened like midday.
Yeah,
and until the dad got home with the oldest from picking up from school.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the baby was there at least maybe 5 hours or more.
Yeah.
5 hours. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Crying.
Just covered in piss and poop.
Yeah.
And maybe throw up too because of stress,
Yeah. I'm sad that happened to her, but I'm glad that he didn't harm the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually, I just kind of thought, I was thinking that to myself. I was like, at least the baby wasn't hurt because, the story is still insane and gross.
Yeah.
But at least the kid was not hurt,
It's crazy.
Well, honestly, dramatically, the kid is hurt because even as a baby seeing that and witnessing stuff like that, it's embedded in their head.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
The kid is still hurt, but just psychologically.
Well, if your baby's 11 months, I wonder if they're gonna have recall of memory from that.
They'll pick up anything.
Yeah.
During that time, it's like a sponge,
Yeah, but the thing of it is, things you end up putting memories of your past. I know I have way back in the back, and I don't bring them forward. I don't want to bring them forward.
Yeah.
It's, what is that called? There's a word.
Where they get hypnotized where they want to know.
No, it's not running away.
Oh.
There's actual technical medical, a name.
Is it hypnotize or what if they want to, later on in life?
Traumatic thing. So they repress it, I guess you can say, and they don't, put it in the forefront,
I wonder if she would be able to. No, she'd probably be too young to understand what was going on, with her mom. Like if she was to go under, yeah. I don't know. Repression, yeah.
Repression, yeah.
I don't know. So,
but that was a good one. Just I didn't care for the name because it's my name too. So.
Messed up, dude. We're going on a trip.
Yeah. That's really sad.
Okay, I'm gonna get a 22 and around there.
Oh my goodness.
A 22 what?
It's gonna be so easy to get a gun out there.
Okay, we don't say that on YouTube.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't say. I said "guh."
Ga? Okay,
Yeah.
ga.
I said "guh."
Okay.
What you guh about it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So coming up on our hour mark. So with that being said, the Cindy Wanner investigation just became a reminder of how long justice can take. It became an example of how modern forensic science continues reshaping criminal. I'm getting tongue twisted now because it's been an hour. This is a long one. Like Cindy was like, "This is a long one, girl." I was like, "I know, we're gonna be here 4 hours."
Hey, it lasted the time though, so we're good.
Yeah. It's just an example of how modern forensic science continues reshaping criminal investigations. Cases once buried by time are returning. DNA survives, old evidence survives, technology evolves. And increasingly, investigators are proving that even decades later, the past can still catch up with people. And that's facts. I believe that. That's both fascinating and also terrifying. Because somewhere right now, there are probably people who believe they got away with horrible crimes. And maybe someday technology will say otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gray has Root just mentioned something here. If you guys take a look. Deeply in her mind and soul, she lost her mom. Babies create the bond, and it was abruptly severed. It may have caused her trust and relationship problems for life.
That's true, especially with men. With men.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's so sad. I don't know.
So, sad story though.
It's a very sad story. And I can't believe it just
that asshole.
Yeah, in 2026.
That's crazy.
Last month. This is crazy. I know. When I read how, like, when he was caught, I was like, oh, that's just fucking last month. Like, what the fuck? This is like,
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm glad he was caught, though. I'm glad that,
DNA, absolutely. But DNA, damn, 30 years, like 30 some years.
Yeah, I'm glad DNA is where it is today because there's so many unsolved cases.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
so with that being said, guys, I'll just leave you this last little part.
And do we want to call out our handles?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to do that before we get into this last part?
All right, Marcus.
Toad's handle. So you can hit me on Toads McGuts, Marky Pump. No, so Mullet Marcus on Instagram, hit me on that if you want. And then Palmer's Precision Products LLC on Instagram. And then Facebook, I don't really go on, so don't ever look me up there.
Babe.
Yeah, but anyways, the Haunted Wednesday sauce every other Wednesday, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then Kevin has great awesome says every Sunday, dude. Represent.
Can you tell we're excited for our trip?
Yeah. We're excited. Well,
guys, they're going on a trip in a special rocket ship going through the, what is that kid song? Oh, you probably don't know.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've heard that one.
Yeah.
So they're going on a trip. I'm super jealous, but everybody, please wish them safe travels.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I am Cindy, aka Giggles. You can find me on Coven of Curiosities podcast on Sundays. You can find me on Grandpa's Old Hate Tales on Thursdays, Monsters Unleashed on Saturdays, and every other Wednesday, the Haunted and Hunted Case Files. And I'm also part of a membership of Cryptid Women's Society. If you're interested in joining and being a member, please go to their Instagram. It's I almost said Coven. It's Cryptid Women's Society. And just reach out to Lisa and Juliet and check out their page. They're a great group of ladies. There's quite a few members that we have, but we're always looking for more women to help support and encourage in their endeavors of whatever it is that they like to do, whether you're a cryptid researcher, paranormal investigator, whatever it is, whatever it is. But we all are about supporting women out there in the field, or if you're the type that just likes to do their research from home. But yeah, just
very awesome ladies. Yeah, they invited us on their podcast, so I can attest.
Yep.
Very nice. Yeah.
I just finished their flyer for the Bigfoot Festival. Yes.
Are they going to be there?
Put it out with 1,000 trees.
Are they going to be there?
No, they're not going to be there. There's a bunch of us, though, us women that will be there. We've got our shirts. We'll be wearing them on Saturday. And then I have this pile of, I'm trying to show you flyers. It's kind of hard to see that I made. And I got food on it. Gosh darn it.
Dude.
Somebody's going to be like, dang, that smells good.
She's
Shoot, I totally ruined one.
bitching at me, dude.
This is a scratch and sniff flyer, Cindy.
Scratch and sniff flyer.
Ew.
Yeah, we had to print 100.
Oh, shit. Good gosh.
Yeah. But we're getting paid for it. So
yeah.
I'm not going to complain.
So you guys can find us, Joey and I, on JJ Paranormal across the socials, except TikTok is JJ Paranormal 1. Please make sure you guys follow. So with that being said, you guys, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you guys think this crime was carefully planned? Do you think Cindy knew her attacker? And do you believe modern technology is changing true crime investigations forever? Drop your theories in the chat, and if you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments what part of this case disturbed you the most. Because honestly, oh my God, do you see Joey?
There he is.
Hi, Joey. You missed out on the good show. Your wife did a good job.
Hello.
Because honestly, this is one of the most because honestly, this is one of those stories that stay with people. A normal day, a quiet home, a mother vanishing without warning. And of course, a baby alone crying. And mystery that haunted Northern California for more than 3 decades. And with that being said, that brings us to the end of another case file. Somewhere out there, the truth is still waiting to be discovered, hidden in the shadows and in the forest and in the skies above. If you enjoyed tonight's episode of Haunted and Hunted Case Files, will you stop, please? Please like and subscribe to the channel and help us continue exploring the unexplained. Sleep lightly, keep your eyes open, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all. Have a good night.
Joey says hi, Cheaty, by the way.